pays and pride is personal. Well, I submit to you that if we can create a museum that makes that statement for the rest of the world, we will become the kind of place that the creative class wants to live, because that is indeed original. So projects like the museum and others are really economic development projects. When you look at the economic transformation we're going through, you also see some things that we do in the chamber through our military affairs group. All of that in task, in item C2 and task D, all of that is to develop relationships with the folks who make decisions about the Army. And we try to do that as an early age by a great deal of exposure to those people, because you can never tell. Some captain or lieutenant who comes here may turn out to be chief of staff of the Army at some day. And it's good to know those kind of folks. So a lot of us work on that. We go to a lot of events on Fort Hood. I go to a lot of them. When I don't go, we have members of our staff attend. It would be good for you to go to those things, because they need to know of our interest in them. The next section has to do with member services. Those are chamber functions. I'll let you read that. Those are things we try to do to create value for our members. The next page the next sector rather starts business development, and we do a number of things in business development. One, task A, develop and manage in concert with the airport staff an airline recruitment program to expand air service. Extremely important. Constantly evaluate competitiveness. A lot of regional airports like ours get victimized due to the airline systems. And we wind up with high ticket prices, not because the airlines intended to stick us that way, but because they manage revenues on a system basis, and they adjust it in competitive markets, and those dollars tend to back up, and we wind up with high ticket prices. And so we, through the use of a consultant who knows what they're doing, analyze our ticket prices, and when they get out of line being a point in time when someone can get in their car and drive to Austin and get on an airline cheaper than they can do it here, we call that to the airline's attention, and they'll adjust those fares for us in many cases. The passenger marketing program is included in that. A lot of stuff that we do with the airport because we were requested to do it. Doesn't necessarily happen that way in other places, but that's the way it's done here. The second priority for us is create new business in the community through entrepreneurial activities, small business development, and we do that through what's called the Business Resource Center. The Business Resource Center is an excellent example of collaboration. We have two partners, Greater Killeen Chamber of Commerce, Workforce Solutions of Central Texas, and Central Texas College. And we all fund that project. The offices are provided at Workforce Solutions, and the employees there are chamber employees. There are two staff employees there that report to me. The reason that was done is because the community's dissatisfaction with the Small Business Development Center here, a branch of the Small Business Development Administration. Folks thought that was unproductive and we could do a better job. And I will tell you that we have created a national model, and our executive director goes out a couple of times a year and delivers presentations at community college events and other events around the country to talk about this. And people tell us we can't do that in our community. And the reason they can't do it in their community is because they don't know how to collaborate, or they won't collaborate. So it's the collaboration that makes that happen. We operate a retention program called Company Calls. Lynn's been out with us on many of those occasions. Philosophy is, it's a whole lot easier to keep what you got and grow it than it is to recruit somebody. We've got our defense contractors under that group. We have 240 or so defense contractors here that we want to kind of bring out into the light and work with and see if we can help them expand. We
Mr.
do a lot. Yes.
We've been at it for 2 hours. I think it might be appropriate to take a brief break.
Okay.
If you would mind.
Sure.